players are out warming up right now. Stadium, I think all these fans in the fan zone right now will take just a moment at this point.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another live stream. It is time. It is Ipswich against Liverpool. It is the opening day of these two seasons. What a lunchtime kickoff we have in store in this one. Massive game, huge encounter. And personally, I am both nervous and excited ahead of. Look, I said in my pre-game predictions, I think Liverpool will win this game. I think they'll have enough about them to go on and win this game. And let's face it, they should go on and win this game. No disrespect intended whatsoever to Ipswich, but if Liverpool have the squad that I know that they do and believe that they do, this should be a win for the Reds. This should be a win for the Reds. I'm not expecting it to be pretty. I'm not expecting it to be easy on the eye. I'm not expecting it to be a perfect performance to kick off the Arne Slot era in a competitive fashion. But what I am expecting is a win, 3 points, and just something to somewhat calm things down a little bit. It won't be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and we will talk about that a little bit later. But I am expecting Liverpool to win, calm things down a little bit, and to obviously, above all else, just get the season underway. Just get the season underway to the perfect start possible. Liverpool managers in this century do not start their careers off with a win in a competitive fixture. I'm hoping Arne Slot breaks that kind of curse today against Ipswich, but I do have reservations. Hey Ballum, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you indeed. Would love to know what you are thinking about today's game. I'm good, man. Hope you are too. DC Joe Gomez being sold now, not in Liverpool squad. Well, it seems that they are open to options, and I think that that is a complete oversight on Liverpool's part if that is going to be the case. It might be good for Joe Gomez personally, but as far as what the club is concerned, yeah, that is a complete oversight in my personal opinion. So here we go. Pre-match predictions. I said 2-1 to Liverpool in the video that I did a few days ago. Hey, True Gunnar, how you doing, bro? Big up to you, man. Good luck to your lot today against Wolves, of course. I said Liverpool will win 2-1. Now, in saying that Liverpool will win 2-1, I also caveated that with this has all the makings of a 1-1 draw. A 1-1 draw. And the reason I say that is because lunchtime kickoff, newly promoted side, at home, first game of the season. It's got the recipe for disaster for Liverpool. It is a true banana skin for the Reds that we can't fail. We can't fall at the first hurdle, so to speak. But the issue we have is that obviously this fan base is seemingly tearing its hair out at obviously our transfer situation. And I think some of it may be a little over-exaggerated. I don't want to go too positive on it because I have been completely against how we've gone about our business, particularly the Martin Zubimendi stuff. But I do think a little bit has been blown out of proportion. We still should have enough about us to get past not only this game, but our next game against Brentford as well. But the issue, obviously, is going to be the issues that we have with our squad. It's not good enough to take on the season. I personally think that we failed to prepare properly, which means we better prepare to ultimately fail. But I still think we can get top 4. I still think we can get third. I still think we have the third best team in the Premier League, despite no major additions. Yeah, I'm both looking forward to this and dreading it at the same time. I'm both nervous and excited about what we could see today. I'm very much looking forward to the start of a new season, but I don't want to certainly turn to be ultra positive and ultra kind of, crazy about how Liverpool season is going to be fine, despite the fact that we have signed no one. Young Jarrell Kwanzaa is starting. Good test for him, absolutely. It did seem from pre-season that it was going to be Kwanzaa partnering Van Dijk, and that's seemingly how it's turning out here. True Gunner, big up yourself, my bro. Hope you are doing well, my dude. Like I said, good luck to your lot today against Wolves. I've backed you lot to win, of course. So good luck to you lot. I'm sure you'll start the season off in a perfect way. Joe Gomez could be sold for some money. I would have kept him for a year at least. I said last year we should have sold him, and then he went on to have his best campaign in a Liverpool shirt, and that was playing in like 6 or 7 different positions. So what the hell do I know? Away test for Liverpool, absolutely. We just discussed the fact that this is a newly promoted side in Ipswich. They have been chomping at the bit to get back into the Premier League. Over 20 years since they were last in England's top flight division, and they're starting off against Liverpool, which is going to be huge. A little bit of Man United incentive, with, of course, their manager being formerly a part of the Man United setup. Yeah, there's extra incentive there for them. And they're going to play with no fear. They're going to enjoy the occasion. And we have to be on it right from the off, because if we're not, this could remind me of Luton Town away last season. This very well could be shades of Luton Town away last season. So I do really worry in that respect. Sammy, I don't even know how you pronounce that name. And a few there at Ipswich Town are solid players. Yeah, I mean, Ipswich's lineup, again, similarly to what I was saying with Luton, like, their lineup played with a lot of heart. This is the Ipswich town side right here. You got Walton, Twanzebe, again, another former Manchester United player. Wolfenden, Greaves, Davies, Morsey, Luongo, Burns, Chaplin, Hutchinson, and Delap. And I know I probably just butchered about half of those names, but there you have it. I wouldn't say it's too much in terms of Premier League experience. I know that Twanzebe's obviously been there. I think Hutchinson as well, a little bit maybe. And obviously Delap is the lad from Manchester City, isn't he? So there's a little bit in there. There's a little bit of something in there, but it's mainly going to be about, for this team, it's not obviously going to be about star quality leaping out right off the page at you. It's going to be about how they work as a unit, how they work as a team. And I feel like they could catch Liverpool cold here. I'm hoping they don't. I'm really hoping they don't. But I just know that we like to do things in a difficult way. And I know that we obviously like to do things in an awkward kind of way. So I'm very much interested and looking forward to this game, but also, again, really, really nervous. And then we look at the Liverpool side. Alisson starts in goal. Trent at right back. Van Dijk and Kwanzaa at the heart of their defence. Robertson at left back. McAllister, Soboslai and Gravenberch in the midfield, with Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, and he has gone with Diogo Jota up front. Quick FPL stuff. Fingers crossed Trent Alexander-Arnold does something for me today. That's all I will say on that one. But no, I've got no issues with the defence. No issues whatsoever. We know what to expect of that defence. The midfield, it's going to be interesting to see the Gravenberch role. It's going to be interesting to see if he can improve very much from last season. I feel like he had a couple of decent games at the beginning when he first joined Liverpool, and then he dropped off a cliff massively. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what his role is. Is he going to be the deeper role? Because there was obviously a lot of talk pre-season that he would be that number 6 position. Is McAllister maybe going to drop in there? Soboslai, is he going to be more advanced? Is this going to morph into a more flexible 4-2-3-1 with Soboslai playing just behind Diogo Jota? It's going to be interesting to see how that midfield balances and changes. I was really expecting Harvey Elliott to start today. I didn't really expect Gravenberch to, in all honesty. But that obviously that was probably the only change that I actually predicted. I think I predicted Liverpool to actually have this setup, this team, but with Elliott instead of Gravenberch. And then the forward three, look, we obviously know about Mohamed Salah. We obviously know that he missed out on his opening day goal that he normally does pick up last season. So hopefully he'll get back on that again this campaign. The hope there is that he'll get his goal. Luis Diaz on the left. I want to say that there's hope that Diaz can resurrect his Liverpool career and he can actually start producing and being consistent in the final third again, but I'm not entirely convinced. And Diogo Jota. I really do hope for Jota that he remains fit. I really do hope for Jota that he remains healthy. But again, it's every time that he's going to go into a challenge, I'm going to be wincing and hiding behind something and scared and just hoping and praying that they wrap him in bubble wrap and that he's going to be okay, because there's no doubt about it. He's probably our best finisher at this club. But his injury record speaks for itself. It's not exactly great. Joe Gomez, 10 seasons, no goals, and did a job at left back being right-footed. I have to go. We'll try to get back soon. I remember Luton Town away. I thought they lost and ended 1-1 last minute. Yeah, would love to have you back, bro. Would love to see you again, my dude. Like I say, I'm going to be streaming for the entirety of the game, so feel free to drop in whenever you like. Always great to talk to you, my bro. But yeah, he's been a very good servant to the club. It's been unfortunate that his career has been injury hit and that he never actually did score a goal for Liverpool. And if he is to leave, it'll be really sad. And I think, like I say again, it'll be an oversight on the club. But, you know, this club is seemingly in the business of selling players rather than buying them. So we shall see how that one goes. If Joe Gomez has sold one less homegrown player, yeah, it is. I'm not necessarily sure who qualifies for the homegrown bracket. I'm thinking more towards our youth players that have obviously aged over the past year. So I'm not necessarily sure who does qualify. I need to have a look at that in a bit more detail. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, this whole homegrown situation, Gomez and everything else in between. Like I say, would love to know what you guys are thinking. I'd love to know what you guys are feeling in the comment section today, in the chat. Get involved. Would love to hear from you all on what you have to say on this game. How do you see this one playing out? Is this going to be a Liverpool win? Is this going to be an upset from Ipswich in the form of a win for them? Or is this going to play out to be a draw, which, you know, I'm torn on. I'm very much torn on. And as I said and as Ballum said, it's got shades of 1-1 Luton of last year. We'll wait and see. We wait and see how this one plays out. But I don't know, man. I think we should have enough. And this is the weird thing. Like, we definitely do have enough. We definitely do have enough to win this game. We have enough to go on and beat Ipswich. We just have to manage the crowd. We just have to manage the occasion. We just have to be smart. We just have to basically go about our business in the most professional way possible. I am very much interested to see how Arne Slot does. I'm very much interested to see how he can cope in a competitive fixture rather than the preseason games. How he's going to rotate, what he's going to do to change things. Is he going to be a bit more proactive rather than reactive? Is he going to be thinking ahead rather than behind? Is he going to be different to Jurgen Klopp in that aspect? I'm interested to see what Arne Slot does. I'm interested to see certain players today. I'm interested to see Trent's role. I'm interested to see how Robertson does in that left back position. I'm interested to see McAllister's role Gravenberch, Soboslai, that midfield, how is it going to be fluid? How is it going to change? How is it going to interlink? How is it going to, compete, be physical? And then how is our build-up play going to look? Are we going to look fluid? Are we going to look solid? Are we going to look solid defensively? Are we going to look fluid going forward? Are we going to be on it from the start? Are we going to look like a are we going to look like a not a well-oiled machine? I still think it's early days, but are we going to look close to a well-oiled machine? I obviously did the watch-along to Manchester United last night, and even though it wasn't the most perfect performance by Manchester United, you could at least see the improvements that Erik ten Hag is certainly trying to make. Just move that down a bit. You can see the improvements that Erik ten Hag is trying to make at Manchester United to obviously improve the overall squad, to obviously improve the overall team. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't like it was a well-oiled machine, but there are signs there of hope and optimism and expectation that things will continue to develop, things will continue to grow, and things will only get better. And as far as what this Liverpool side is concerned, with no new signings, we should be cohesive. We should still be together as a well-drilled unit. But there is a worry that with no fresh faces, with arguably what you could say is the most important role in this team still not beefed up, still not full of quality, still not addressed by new faces, you could argue that it may not exactly look the best. It's not looking like it's going to be a perfect kind of fit so far. I'm just looking at the bench for Liverpool as well. Kelleher, obviously, second choice goalkeeper. Konate, Connor Bradley, Kostas Tsimikas, Curtis Jones, Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliott, Cody Gakpo, and Darwin Núñez make up the bench. So we definitely have enough on the pitch to get the job done. And, failing that, we definitely have some game changers off the bench. For as much as Darwin Núñez is brainless sometimes, he could still pop up with a moment. Harvey Elliott did so brilliantly well for us when coming off the bench a lot of times last season that he can obviously change a game. Cody Gakpo, we saw how well he did in the European Championships. If he was to come on, would he be maybe make an impact? Curtis Jones, it's definitely a strong team that for right now is looking fine. It's just obviously a lot of if, buts, and maybes. If the likes of Diogo Jota can stay fit. A lot of ifs in terms of players staying fit. A lot of ifs in terms of can we kind of cover for the number 6 role for at least a large portion of the season. I want to try and be positive on this. I want to sit here and say we're going to be challenging for everything this season, but I can't. I can't do that. I can't be deluded positive. I can't be a deluded positive fan. I've got to be honest. I've got to be real. And I've got to say that this squad, on paper, should be challenging for the Premier League, should be challenging for the other pieces of silverware we've got to fight for this season. But ultimately, we won't win them because we didn't address our issues from last season. We've got a board right now that are seemingly doing nothing and have done nothing all summer. They've basically attempted in the very weakest way possible to try and get someone in, whether it be in the positions that we need, whether it be a left winger, whether it be a defensive midfielder. They've tried very weakly to do that, and they've only seemingly gone and made. If obviously what you believe, if what we're reading is true, obviously with the whole Mamadashvili stuff, they've obviously gone on to sign someone that we don't necessarily need for the here and now, but is somewhere later down the line. Don't get me wrong, solid choice goalkeeper. I don't mind the plan too much, and I really wouldn't mind it even more so if we had addressed our other issues that we are facing on the pitch, like the DM role, like the left wing role, like the striker role. But we haven't. So we're left frustrated, we're left annoyed, and the meltdown online today is going to be insane if we don't win. If we win, it may paper over some cracks. I'm fully prepared to hear the argument. But if we lose this game, well, the meltdown online is going to be insane. Absolutely insane in terms of what it's going to be like online. Everybody is going to go crazy. Everybody is going to go absolutely nuts. And then that's it. And then that's going to be our fan base completely divided from that point. And then it's going to be interesting to see what the reaction is of the club. Because if we don't win today, what? Does the club then have to go into the transfer market? Do we have to make an emergency signing? Do we have to make a panic signing? Because if we do, that's on the club. And if we do, every single club that we go calling for a player of theirs is going to try and rinse us dry because they know that we will be desperate. And the only players that we're going to end up with, if that is going to be the case, are going to be quick and easy players. Mamadashvili, quick and easy player because, no one else seems to want him right now. Maybe they haven't got him as a top priority. Maybe it's an easy deal to get done. 30 million euros seems pretty simple and straightforward. And then what? Do we go for someone else as well? That's going to be an easy deal. It's got like a release clause of like 15, 20 million. Similarly to how we bought Endo last season. I don't know. I really don't know. But all I do know is that if we are to lose today, it's going to be a meltdown online. And rival fans are going to be lapping it up. Absolutely lapping it up if this is to happen today. It's, it won't be good whatsoever. Won't be good whatsoever. "15 minutes until kickoff. I want to point out just right now off the bat that my stream may be about 60 to 90 seconds behind. So, try and not spoil anything in the chat for goals and things of that nature. It would be greatly appreciated. He's been pleased with the results, maybe not quite of courses at times, but you can see the way he set up. It's obviously very different to how Jurgen Klopp sets up, without being overly different, because he still wants to keep some of Jurgen Klopp's fantastic results.
results and run performances and high energy. But what he likes to do is play with two holding midfield players, players who like to get on the ball. Obviously, there was a few teams.
As far as Ipswich goes, look, they shouldn't be discounted, and I'm not discrediting them by any stretch of the imagination. In my Premier League predictions video that I did in regards to the entirety of the season, I put them to finish 19th. Now, that's nothing to do with their overall quality. I think they'll manage to obviously get more than the record-breaking points of Derby County, which saw them be the lowest goal scorer, lowest points accumulated for a single Premier League season. I don't know. I don't know what to make of them. I don't think they will get the lowest points accumulated in a single season. I don't think they'll get as bad as what Sheffield United were defensively last campaign. I think they'll be fine. I'm interested to see this Paul McKenna guy in the Premier League. They've got 2 back-to-back promotions. His achievements since being Luton manager has been nothing short of sensational. Back-to-back promotions is definitely something that is not a formality by any stretch of the imagination. It's not something that should be taken lightly either. It's a fantastic and should be a well-respected achievement. However, in the Premier League, it's a different kettle of fish. With the money that they have and the resources that they have, it's obviously going to be a massive uphill struggle for them. But I always kind of draw a comparison, and always have drawn a comparison to them between them and Luton. I think Luton Town were very good last season. They battled for everything. They gave as good as they got. They got a few decent results against the bigger teams. They definitely gave the bigger teams a run for their money, even if they weren't exactly successful in all of the games against them. But towards the end of the season, they just seemingly blew out of steam. And that was unfortunate for them and ultimately did cost them. But also what cost them was a lack of star quality, a lack of a clinical edge, giving away stupid goals, little things like that are the biggest difference makers in this league. That is different to the Championship. And in the Championship, you might be able to get away with some of the things that they did during the season. But in the Premier League, finer margins. And that's why I think Luton's downfall was. And that's why I think Ipswich will fall down as well. Don't get me wrong. The manager seems really, really good. He seems to have a lot of potential and promise on his side. But at the same time, I just don't think he'll have enough about him to stay. But if he gives a good account of himself for the season, and obviously some of them players do, they'll obviously move on after this campaign and they'll join other teams in the Premier League. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how Ipswich do. But it was very good to have them back in the Premier League. No doubt about it. Ten minutes. This is your 10-minute warning. We are 10 minutes away from kickoff. We are 10 minutes away from the start of both Ipswich's and Liverpool's Premier League campaign for the season of 2024-25. Get in the chat, people. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. Would love to hear from you all in the chat. Would love to hear from you all on your predictions, your thoughts, comments, opinions, and all of that good stuff in the chat. Would be great to hear from you all. I'm looking forward to this. And I'm also really nervous about this. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm nervous about the game at the same time. I'm looking forward to seeing certain players. I'm looking forward to seeing the Reds back in action. But I'm nervous. Nervous that this is a banana skin waiting to be slipped on. It's going to be one of them. It's going to be one of them. If we were to just absolutely walk this game, I don't really think you can make much of that either. You know, it's difficult to tell. It's obviously Arne Slot's first game in charge. If we were to absolutely walk this game, I don't know if this really says anything about this Liverpool side or whether or not this says anything about Luton. Hard to tell until the first few weeks in, which is why I always say, like, the performance at the first game of the season doesn't necessarily matter. It's all about getting the win. You get the win. Simple as that. Easy. You get the first 3 points under your belt. You get the first win under your belt. You're not having to chase it later on down the line. And when you look at Liverpool's fixtures as well, you look at Liverpool's fixtures, and I think we've actually got a very favourable first opening 10 games of the season. Let me just bring it up here because I wrote it down earlier. Ipswich away, then Brentford at home. Manchester United away, that's going to be an interesting game. Forest at home. Then we've got Bournemouth at home. Then we face a double away header against Wolves and Palace. We have Chelsea then at home and Arsenal away, and then Brighton at home. So they're very favourable fixtures, in all honesty. You'll obviously have to throw the Champions League in there as well at certain points, the opening 10 fixtures of the season. Ipswich should be a win. Brentford should be a win. Man United away, at least a draw there, you'd hope. Forest at home, that should be a win. Bournemouth at home, that should be a win. Wolves away, you'd hope that would be a win. Palace away, they could be a bit of a bogey side for us, but that should still be a win there. Chelsea at home should be definitely a win. Arsenal away, at the very least, a point. And then Brighton at home. Again, with us being at home, you'd probably tip the scales in our favour there. So I'm not trying to go overboard and say that we're going to go unbeaten and defeated in our opening 10 games, but at the same time, realistically, we probably should. Like I said, the only ones that really worry me is Man United away, because as we know, despite the fact that United aren't exactly in the best of positions over the past several years or so, that whenever we do face United away, they normally are pretty difficult. And Arsenal away, which, as we know, Arsenal are going to be one of the prime favourites to go and win the Premier League this year. So we know that game is going to be difficult, and we got slapped up there a little bit last season. So, yeah, there's a lot there to unpack. There's a lot there to focus on. And when you look at the bigger picture, yeah, it should be that. It should be a relatively favourable opening 10 fixtures in which we get the majority of points. Obviously, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Five minutes. 5 minutes. 5-minute countdown until the Premier League kicks off for these two teams. Ipswich against Liverpool. Ooh. Nerves kicking more and more in if they weren't already. If they weren't already, they certainly are right now. I very much look forward to this. And at the same time, I'm very much not. It already sounds like the atmosphere is electric. Lots of flags being waved around. A lot of happy, excited faces on the faces of some of those Ipswich fans, and rightfully so. Yeah, look, I love an underdog story as much as the next guy, but I'd be lying if I said I would want them to win. Of course. Love an underdog story. I'd love it for Ipswich to stay up. If it stay up, would be brilliant, but that's obviously for something later on down the line. This is the here and now, and I'm very much looking forward to this. Very much looking forward to this game. There we go. The referees and the officials lead out the players to a raucous ovation. Raucous ovation? I just sometimes say words and hope they stick, to be honest. Here we go. Ed Sheeran as well, minority shareholder, of course, in the crowd. Oh. This is certainly going to be interesting. This is certainly going to be a very interesting game. Here we go. Oh, okay. So, Ballon, in case you're watching, it's Smodix. I get away because I knew. Yeah, I just didn't know how to pronounce it. Like I took one look at the name that you were saying in Sam Smodix, and instantly just panicked. And you know as well as I do, I normally butcher so many names anyway. But yeah, I get what you mean now. Just commentators just said it. TNT Sports still got Jermaine Genius. Oh, for God's sake. Jermaine Genius, I swear to God. You couldn't have got anyone better than Jermaine Genius, really. Jermaine Genius. Ugh. I mean, it's not Robbie Savage, but it's still not very much of an improvement. And is it an improvement from Steve McManaman as well? Every 5 seconds saying the word Fletch. To be fair, that is a very good drinking game. If you ever want to play that whilst watching a game that Steve McManaman's commentating on with Darren Fletcher, just get him to say Fletcher every single time and then just drink. Very good drinking game. Yeah. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Maybe a new season, but they're still the same old commentators. Mo Salah, new hairstyle. Hopefully, again, as I just said, maybe the more things change, hopefully they stay the same. Maybe his change in hairstyle will hopefully mean his goal scoring ability stays the same. Here we frigging go. Arne Slot. Lovely shiny head. A lovely shiny head of Arne Slot. Referees Tim Robinson, Stuart Atwell on VAR. So read into that what you will. But it seems that we're about to get underway. Seems we're finally getting underway. The ball is going to be rolling any minute now. It's going to be an interesting one, this one. I'm expecting Liverpool to have the majority in the lion's share of possession. I'm expecting Ipswich to remain compact, well-structured, bide their time and attempt to hit them on the counter-attack. And every time they do move forward, it's about making the right decision for Ipswich. It's all about making the right decision as far as what Ipswich Town are concerned. Robertson's first cross in, headed away, well dealt with by the Ipswich defence. Very well defended by Ipswich initially and cleared away for... Oh, no, I thought it was going to be for a throw-in, but he managed to keep it in there. Now it is gone out for a throw-in off of Ryan Gravenberch. Okay. Here we go then. Liverpool looking to build up from the back. Some safe possession at the back for Liverpool here. Van Dijk and Robertson keeping the ball. Down the line it goes. Another throw in to the Reds. Oh, shot blocked. Kwanzaa with the block. Kwanzaa with the block on the Ipswich striker there. Bit of an early warning sign for Liverpool, maybe. We're going to see how much the likes of Trent can play. Some of these players, of course, only just coming back from international duty, of course, having played or gone deep in their respective international tournaments. So interesting to see how much these players can play. The likes of McAllister, the likes of Trent, of course, both making it to the final. Van Dijk made it to the semi-final as well, alongside Gravenberch. So, yeah, it'd be very interesting as well to see how much they can play with their pre-seasons, obviously not being as long as other players. Just some safe possession. Right off the bat by Liverpool, but they've given it away here. Decent ball on the inside, which still could come off. Burns went over under the challenge of Robertson. Probably a little bit fortunate maybe to get away with that, the Scottish left back, because the ball goes in. And unfortunately, the Ipswich player could not keep it in. There we go. So decent plays, and it's not a bad idea, and it's just a heavy touch from Robertson, which just allows the Ipswich winger to have a half chance of getting in there. I think he may be a little bit fortunate to have got away with that one a little bit there, Andy Robertson. But again, another early warning sign for the Reds there. Been a brave start from Ipswich so far. It's been a brave start by Ipswich so far. Not allowing Liverpool time on the ball. Another foul by Ipswich. This is going to be a theme, I think. I think Ipswich are going to try and take as much of the sting out of Liverpool's play as possible. I think they're just going to try and do these little fouls every now and again, try and break up the play as much as they can, stop Liverpool's momentum in any way they can. It may not be pretty. It may not be great to watch, but it is obviously effective. And even under the Jurgen Klopp era, a lot of teams did this to us. Which worked to their advantage because it did stop Liverpool's threats every now and again. Another foul. Wolfenden this time with a foul, and Wolfenden is the first player in the book. Crossing by Robertson. No one there. He was into a pretty dangerous area as well, but no one was there.
Liverpool match. That was in 1974. And the same day that Sir Kenny Dalglish did in 1985. And both of them won on debut and, of course, set ridiculous standards.
Long ball by Trent looking for the run of Diego Jota. It's just ahead of him. It's just ahead of him, but it's not a bad opening sight for Trent to be looking for that kind of ball over the top. Very alert piece of play by the fullback. Luton trying to play their way out of trouble and in the end give up a throw-in a dangerous position. Quite high up the pitch. Could have been worse, but they managed to at least concede a throw-in and not a corner. Van Dijk slips on the inside to Soboslai. McAllister tried to flick that one through for Jota, but it's cut out by the Ipswich defence, and they managed to get it away. And now are looking to isolate both Trent and Kwanzaa. Good hold-up play. Good play on the outside. Switches it over to the right-hand side. Robertson should get there and does, but he gives it away straight away. And now Ipswich can build again from the back. Ipswich will be fine with this start. They'll be fine with this start. There's been nothing really significant by either team yet, but they'll be thinking this is a positive start. This is kind of a good start that they were hoping for. Here is Diego Jota weaving his way through and looking for the run of Mohamed Salah. Tries to get a cross in. It's blocked. It's gone out for a corner. Liverpool will have an opportunity to swing one in.
different seasons, 24 goals in 44 matches, and show just how lofty the standards are. That's what I mean with it. It's the affirmations in between all that, the hamstring injury, there was a lot going on for him.
We're going to see how this one turns out. Corner to be swung in by Andy Robertson. Robertson on corner duty still. And referee saw something that he doesn't like and is going to call out Luis Diaz, apparently. Ball gets whipped in. It's headed away. And headed away again. Very well dealt with by Luton. Quanta should get there, but it's not a foul. And Luton have got a break on here. 3v3. He goes left, but the ball isn't good enough. And Trent gets back really well to deal with the danger and to clear it away. And he found Salah, who just couldn't bring it under his spell. And Ipswich survive a potential counter-attacking threat there as McAllister goes in on the player and is penalised for a foul. Ten minutes gone. Ipswich 0. Liverpool 0. We're waiting for our first real significant effort on goal. Waiting for our first real anything of significant to really talk about. This game hasn't exactly been the best of starts by either team, but Ipswich will obviously be the happier of the two. They've had a couple of signs of intent on Liverpool, a bit of a warning sign fired at the Reds. And the Reds, maybe one or two half opportunities that they really should have probably done better with. But as of right now, we shall see.
Last season, that was as a substitute on the final day of the season. It's not quite ready.
And poor ball that. I think he was probably offside anyway.
Had more assists in the championship last season than anybody else, and he's going to be a really important player for them out there on the left. They've got the ball back to him then. Great run.
Trent's ball over the top, looking for Salah. It's just a little bit ahead of the Egyptian winger, and the goalkeeper was in a very good position to start off with to head the ball clear. But again, that's 2 times now that Trent has been looking for that kind of ball. He had a bit, he just overhit it a little bit for Jota early on in the game. He's just overhit it then for Salah. Yeah, it does show good signs of intent. And a foul there on Gravenberch from Amari Hutchinson. And Hutchinson is the second Ipswich Town player already within the opening 12 minutes to be in the referee's book. Not exactly a great pass from Andy Robertson, a bit of a hospital ball, that one. He's got every right to seemingly go for it as Hutchinson, but the referee has deemed it a little bit too dangerous for anything to really happen in terms of, obviously, play on. So he has given a free kick to Liverpool and, of course, a yellow card to young Hutchinson. Which actually isn't bad for my bet. If I can get just Jota, Diaz, Soboslai each to have a shot. I'm about 50 quid up. Another potential counter. Not counter. And a potential attack by Liverpool thwarted by the Ipswich defence. Good work down the right there. Good work down the right. Crossing another one by Robertson, headed away again. It's come out here to Szoboszlai. How's it? McAllister, not Szoboszlai. And cleared away by Ipswich again. Just showing signs of a bit of pressure in the final third of, at least the attacking half of Liverpool there. A lot of room to improve upon. Certain things looking decent though. Nice little turn away from Gravenberch. Gravenberch looks over the top for Salah. He just couldn't bring it under his spell. It's another one over the top. It's another little ball over the top, and that time it was nearly perfect from Gravenberch. Lovely little ball over. He's onside as well, it seems. He just couldn't quite bring it under his spell, Salah. But again, it's another sign of intent, and it's another opportunity over the top of that Luton defence. Luton. God, I've been saying Luton so much and comparing them to Ipswich. I do apologise. It's another sign of intent over the top of the Ipswich defence that Liverpool are seemingly taking. So it's not for the ones that are trying. Shot from Szoboszlai blocked, and it will go for a Liverpool corner. Another Andy Robertson corner incoming. I think we've had about 4, haven't we? About 4 corners already. Cross in, cleared away. Brought back in. McAllister. Alexander-Arnold tries to find Diaz at the far post. And it's a foul. "18 minutes gone. Still Liverpool 0, Ipswich 0 at Portman Road. Yeah, there's not been a lot. There's been, again, like I say, there's been a couple of half opportunities. Again, though, it's your typical opening day of the season stuff. It's it's all a bit of rustiness. It's all a bit of, what's the best way to describe it? Just rustiness and just not all there together as of right now. It's just a bit scrappy. It's a bit all over the place. Ipswich will be encouraged. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, they'll be just a little bit concerned that Liverpool are just finding a bit of space in behind their defence, particularly when the ball goes over the top. A couple of times Trent's tried it, just a bit too long from him, and Gravenberch tried it about a minute or so ago for Salah, and Salah's touch was just a little off. Robertson on Burns, and Ipswich have got a free kick in a decent position. Yeah, it just pushes him over there. Silly from Robertson, that. Silly for a guy of his experience. Now, this could be interesting to see with the aerial threats that, of course, Ipswich possess. It's going to be very interesting to see if they're going to make the most of this opportunity. Ball gets swung in. Header, saved by Allison. Greaves with the header. Allison with the save. It was straight at him, really. But once again, not being dealt with that set piece. And of course, he is a big presence in the area there. But Allison was very much equal to it. That's the closest anyone's come. And it's Ipswich. Ipswich have come closest for breaking the deadlock in this game. Liverpool need to wake up a little bit. Here comes Ipswich again, down the left-hand side. Work the ball inside, and they work it well to keep possession. Liverpool crowd them out and win back the ball. And like up and away, and well dealt with by Ipswich to recover the ball. Nice little flick. Works out to the right-hand side. Burns against Robinson is going to be an interesting battle. It's an interesting one from the Reds. So far, nothing really of note, but it is hanging in there, hanging in the balance. As they just show the effort from Greaves again. Alexander Arnold looking for Diaz. It's cut out, but it still will find its way to Diaz. And now it's Robertson. Diaz again. Cuts inside, looking at his options, trying to find Salah with the outside of the right boot. It's blocked and recovered by Luton. Poor challenge that by Ryan Gravenberch. Gives it away, a free kick to Luton. I keep saying Luton. Like, wait, Luton are not in this league anymore. Cameras pan over to the bench, or the sideline, should I say, where substitutes are starting to warm up, and there is Calvin Phillips. Loan spell from Manchester City, of course. I mean, if his loan spell at West Ham last season was anything to go by, then this is going to be even more interesting at Luton. Free kick to Luton again. I think there's just a sense of frustration creeping in a little bit for the Reds, not having it all their own way. We're halfway through the first half, and there's been nothing. Oh, Burns, poor challenge on McAllister, and he's going to be going into the book. The third Ipswich player to be going into the referee's book, and rightfully so on that one. That was a pretty nasty challenge down the Achilles of Alexis McAllister. Hopefully he's okay. Bit of a sore one. But there's been nothing. There's been nothing so far. There's been that one chance by Greaves for Ipswich. There's been absolutely nothing really to talk about. Nothing really of note. Liverpool, some of their football has been looking decent, but it's still obviously early days in the Arne Slot era. There's been a lot of potential, but nothing quite being executed. Alisson out to Salah, lovely little touch and very well worked by Liverpool to recover and retain possession. Out to the left-hand side now. Here's Jota, who's on the left wing. Finds Robertson with a lovely little 1-2. Jota's in the area. Defender stuck to his task really well and gets rid of the ball for a Liverpool throw-in. Very well defended there by... can't see who that is. I'm sorry, I'm not necessarily completely familiar with all the names. Tuanzebe. Should have known that one. But I haven't seen him in God knows how long. I didn't want to assume. Oh, I thought it was a throw-in. It's actually a corner. Trent Alexander-Arnold was coming over to take the corner. First set piece from this side, I believe, for the Reds. First corner, at least, from this side. Corner is whipped in, and it's well gathered by the goalkeeper. Safe hands from the goalkeeper. Nothing again of note there. Ball went out of play for a throw-in. I don't want to talk about the weather. It was looking pretty sunny earlier. It's gone a bit dull where I am. Anyone want to talk about anything else? It's not exactly been the most exciting game of football that you'll ever see. Fingers crossed. This can only get better. Coming up to the half-hour mark, still Ipswich 0, Liverpool 0. Another ball goes over the top. Salah this time brings it down really well. Well stuck to the task by the defender, but Alexander-Arnold's backing him up. And it's another great challenge. Defender really stuck to his task really well there, not only to deny Salah initially, but to then recover to get back to block the cross. Another decent delivery there. Ball gets whipped in. It's Robertson header. It's scrambled, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. Safe hands from the goalkeeper. There was a foul. Yeah, it's a push by Kwanzaa, I think. Robertson's ball in. Kwanzaa with a header. And then dealt with between defender and goalkeeper. It did look like Kwanzaa had pushed over his marker anyway. So it didn't really matter. But it is telling that there's been a lot of corners from the Reds. And they've not really managed to produce anything from them. Another foul against Gravenberch. Been impressed with Ipswich so far. Been impressed with it. They've showed no fear, as you probably would expect them to, being at home. Haven't really put a foot wrong. There's been a bit of rustiness and a bit of nerves, maybe, in their play a little bit. It hasn't exactly been perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I wasn't expecting it to be either. But they've shown no signs of being intimidated by Liverpool here, as you would have hoped going into the game from their point of view. Szoboszlai now with the foul, as he shows his frustration.
Okay. I think on the ball you can tell that they're working on stuff. Everything's taking them probably half a second longer than it usually would. And they're just not quite as aggressive, I think, right now as Ipswich are. It's quite got to that level of fitness. I don't know. But Ipswich just got a bit more.
Head tennis around Liverpool penalty area, breaks for Luis Diaz, and he tries to set Mohamed Salah on his way. Salah's up there on his own. He tries to go past one, and it will be a corner. He does well to win a corner there, Mohamed Salah. Diaz with the ball. Salah running down the right wing, and he manages to win a corner for his team. It's another corner. I think Robertson will probably take it again. This is probably like his personal 5th or 6th corner of the game already. Ball gets whipped in, headed away. Balls for Szoboszlai, strikes it, it's blocked. McAllister's got robbed and the ball is broken and it's through on goal. Alexander-Arnold covering, he gets past him, he goes past him again, he strikes it and it's a save by Alisson Becker. Amari Hutchinson on the counter-attack with the afterburners on, he skipped past Alexander-Arnold, sets up a strike, and it's well saved and well handled by Alisson, but McAllister got robbed. Hutchinson down the right wing, cuts it onto his left foot from Alexander-Arnold. Strike by Hutchinson, saved pretty comfortably by Alisson Becker overall. Salah's now penalised for a foul. We may have a shortage of goals, we may have a shortage of attempts on goal, but we have had no shortage of fouls in this game. With Mohamed Salah being the latest to be penalised for one. Szoboszlai is making his way over to receive a little bit of treatment.
Really good job of dropping into that midfield to help out the two of them.
Yeah, he seems to get caught in the face on that one, which is probably why he's got a bit of treatment needed. Long ball, well dealt with by Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa's been calm and composed so far. Nothing majorly wrong with his performance, I would say. Alexander-Arnold down the wing, looks for Jota. Now it's all about the hold-up play. Who's he got alongside him? He's got Jota, he's got Diaz one side, and Salah running through the middle. It's eventually going to come out to Diaz. Big pressure on Diaz going forward, of course. He needs to stake his claim. There was apparently talk that Cody Gakpo is viewed as now a left winger by Arne Slot. Allegedly, they held a conversation, and Gakpo has seemingly suggested that Slot sees him as a left winger, which of course is where we know he naturally plays, and I think where he predominantly likes to play. But Klopp obviously played him as a striker, so it's going to be interesting to see the rotation between those two this season, with it seeming like Diaz will be staying. Another long ball out to Mo Salah. Headed backwards to the goalkeeper. Calm, cool, collected by both defender and goalkeeper there. That just seems to be our only outlet right now. Our only outlet seems to be go along diagonal towards Salah and just see what happens. See if something falls and sticks. It's not exactly ideal. It's not great right now, but it's the only thing we've got. "35 minutes gone. Still Ipswich 0, Liverpool 0. Ipswich going closest out of the two teams. Had 2 shots on target. They forced 2 relatively straightforward saves, I'd say, for Alisson Becker. Being respectful there. But nothing right now to really shout about, rave about, write home about, all of that. We are very much in territory of boredom. This could have been in. Goalkeeper was alert. Jota attempting to move forward with the ball and break the lines. His ball wasn't exactly good enough through, but the ball, I think it was trying to get it back to the goalkeeper originally by the defender, and it almost played in Luis Diaz. But the goalkeeper was alert and alive to it. It's not been great. It's not been the best of first halves by Liverpool. Ipswich, though, deserve a lot of credit. They've been very well organised. They've been very resolute and stubborn defensively. We've not looked like we're going to break them down unless it's with a ball over the top. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this, to be honest. This performance has been just very lackluster, as somewhat expected. Burns is penalised for a handball. He's already been booked. How is that not a second yellow? How is that not a second yellow? Can someone explain to me how that is not a second yellow? He falls over. He tries to foul. He tries to bring down Jota. He tries to win the ball back after losing it. And then he clearly moves his arm to forward to kind of move the ball away from Jota. How is that not a second yellow card? To be fair, it might be doing us a favour because we can't break them down with 11 men. So imagine what we're going to be like trying to break them down with 10 men. But even so, like, I don't understand how he escapes second. He literally scooped the ball up with his arm to take it away from Diogo Jota. I'm a bit confused by that. Are the referees not given that? Maybe the first bit of real controversy of the new season, and yeah, that seems very strange to me. I'm very confused by that. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be confused by the fact that that's happened. And then that's a foul. Gravenberch again with a foul. And to be fair, I will be fair here. As much as I will say that should have been a second yellow, that is Gravenberch's fourth foul, I think I've tallied up, of this first half. And he is yet to go in the book. There have been 3 yellows for Ipswich. And Gravenberch has managed to foul 4 times without getting a yellow card. I don't understand how that's possible, but it looks like it's going that way. It's a cross in, it's looped over. It's looped over. Very well worked free kick, that one. Very clever, well worked free kick. Cross comes in. And it's a looping header. He just gets something on that. It might have come off Jota first and then onto his head. Maybe the replay, but yeah. Again, another warning sign for Liverpool and another. Oh, Diaz foul on Tuanzebe. He might have been otherwise, but deemed to be a foul. Plenty of fouls in this game. It stopped the momentum horribly, I think, as we approach half-time. Robertson's long ball, looking for Diaz, headed away, cleared away. Only as far as McAllister, poor touch from him. Manages to win the ball back to Soboslai, though. Challenged by Luongo, and it did seem like it was it didn't seem like it was the best of challenges, but the referee was happy with it. Lovely take. He's managed to beat Trent Alexander-Arnold. He tries to cut the ball back, and it's cleared out for a corner. But what a lovely take that was. Lovely take just to beat Kwanzaa. Lovely take, and he beat Kwanzaa all ends up there. And Trent's recovery managed to help the ball go out of play for a corner. The lap it was. The lap who took it down very, very neatly there. Ball goes in, cleared away. Work down the left again. Ball tries to go in, blocked again by Robertson this time. And Liverpool survive from the corner. We're on the stroke of half-time, people. It is still Ipswich 0, Liverpool 0. It's not been the best of games by any stretch of the imagination. It's been extremely poor. It's It is what it is. It is what it is. Diaz skips away from his man. Now he's got McAllister alongside him. He looks for across the pitch for Salah. Salah, a bit of miscontrol there, but he still will recover and win the ball. He's got Trent Alexander-Arnold down the outside of him. Plays on the inside. We're just knocking the ball about like it's pre-season. What the hell is going on? There's no intensity whatsoever from our play. There's no tenacity from our play. It's just very calm, very lackluster. Van Dijk plays it out wide. Here's Robertson now. Robertson with a cross in. Headed away. Tuanzebe smashes it away. Luton survive again. But it's back with Robertson. Gravenberch knocks it to the side for Szoboszlai. McAllister. Diaz. Salah. Trent with a shot. And it's over the bar. It's better though. It's taken us a while to get our first proper move of the game properly there, but it's certainly better. 1 minute of added on time. I'm a little bit surprised at that, to be honest. I thought there'd at least be 2 minutes because, well, I thought it'd be actually 22 minutes, seemingly, as though the referee seemingly blown his whistle every 2 minutes. So we actually played half the time that we were meant to. Flicked on. Dealt with by Gravenberch and then by Kwanzaa, and then finds its way to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is this what Ipswich Town games are going to be like? Just focused on Ed Sheeran. Is that what it's going to be? Are we on Ed Sheeran watch now? And there we have it. Half time at Kenilworth Road. What the hell is wrong with Portman Road? What the hell is wrong with me? I've got Luton on the brain. Oh, Jesus. Ipswich 0, Liverpool 0. The closest the two teams have gone is through Ipswich. A header from a set piece by Greaves and Amari Hutchinson forcing a smart stop from Alisson Becker. The only two closest that Ipswich have come. Liverpool have produced nothing, no shots on target. A credit to Ipswich in a way. Trent Alexander-Arnold smashed one over on the stroke of half time. But other than that, Liverpool have created absolutely nothing as far as what they're concerned. Yeah, it's not been a great first half. Full credit to Ipswich for the way that they've played. They've showed no fear. They've gone into everything with a bit of tenacity, a bit of conviction, a bit of organisation. It's really worked out well for them. It really, really has. And full credit for how they've set up and played so far. Liverpool need to do more. They need to move the ball quicker. They need to move the ball quicker with more intensity. And defensively, they are a little bit still nervy, I'd say, which is why Luton have maybe been in on a couple of occasions so far. But so far, so good for Ipswich. So far, so good. Get in the comments. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Both things will always and forever be greatly appreciated. Yeah. I really don't know what to say about that half, to be honest. A typical early kickoff, I guess you could say, that we're so used to. just completely lackluster right the way across the pitch. We've done nothing. It's hard to judge something where we've done nothing. Our only outlet has been try and go diagonal towards Mo Salah. That's really been it. We've tried to hit Jota a couple of times. It hasn't quite worked. Diaz has done nothing. Jota's done nothing. Szoboszlai really hasn't done anything. If we need anything, we probably need Harvey Elliott to come on in the second half and really start to shine. And I guess the really only talking point of that game was probably the potential red card that should have been to Burns for his handball, which I'm still a little bit baffled by, and a little bit confused as to why that wasn't a sending off. So yeah, good luck to the highlight makers for this one, because this one has been an absolutely dreadful game. Not been the best. Not been the best at all.
Maybe it's that confusing car insurance policy, or working out the right protection for your health, home and family, or feeling unsure if your pension is on the right path. Aviva can help with these conundrums.
There we go. Yeah, things can only get better. Things can only get better. But, well, I mean, things can't get any worse. The 11 players out there on the pitch surely can't get any worse. It's not been great. A large part of that is down to the referee blowing his whistle every 30 seconds, it seems. It's been really stop-start on the momentum kind of things because of that. It's just there's just nothing. There's just absolutely nothing. Nothing to talk about. What is there possibly to talk about in this game other than maybe Burns should have got sent off for a second bookable offence? Ipswich had a couple of opportunities that were well saved and smartly saved by Alisson Becker. I can't. There's nothing else. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on. And the worst part about it, there does seem to be ways that Liverpool can hurt this Ipswich defence. It's not exactly like Ipswich are playing defensively. It's not exactly like they're camping in their own area or they're putting like 10 men behind the ball. Just we're not moving the ball quickly enough. Simple as that. We're not moving the ball quickly enough. The 1-2 touch stuff is not there. The triangles aren't there. Everything is just it's so poor. It's just not there at all. They're just showing the replays of the chances for Ipswich and the header from the header there, and then the Amari Hutchinson one, which arguably could have been played out better. But it's good signs of intent from Ipswich. It's good signs of intent by Ipswich, and for Liverpool, it's just a typical 12:30 game. It was back to the typical 12:30 games of Liverpool being boring and lackluster, not doing anything, not moving the ball quickly enough, and then all of a sudden they get hit on the counter attack. We haven't conceded yet, though. That's the only positive I can take away from this first half performance is that we haven't conceded. So, yeah.
And Joe's making good runs. If Ipswich continue to be as brave as they are, which I think they will, I think that's the ball for Liverpool in the second half. That little one just dropped over.
The crowd here enjoyed the first half, so it did Ed Sheeran as well. Had the best chances. He didn't see a goal though in that first half, and that's it for him because he has to leave now to fly to Serbia for a gig. It's like, be brave though. Will that be the
BT. That's not even BT anymore, is it? It's TNT. TNT certainly on Ed Sheeran watch. So, yeah, get used to that, Ipswich fans. You might be a bit overshadowed this season by Ipswich in a similar way to how the NFL was seemingly overshadowed by Taylor Swift a lot. I don't even watch NFL. I don't even care for it. It's weird to me, but still seem that way. People were more interested seemingly in her than the actual sport itself.
Really? Why so expensive? Technology is all around.
What do you guys think? Do you guys have any suggestions of how Liverpool can improve in the second half? For me, it would have to be bring Harvey Elliott on. Szoboszlai is offered as nothing. Graham Birch is constantly fouling people. And McAllister looks a bit rusty. So Elliott for any one of those three, maybe Szoboszlai is going to be the one to make way if it would be. He would certainly be one. I think with the way that Ipswich are playing a high line, maybe a Darwin Núñez, maybe. I know his finishing has left a lot to be desired over the years, but with the high line that they're playing, he could definitely cause something. And in a game that is crying out for some excitement, he could be that guy. He could definitely be that guy. So Núñez would be one that I would strongly consider as well. Elliott, Núñez. Maybe a Cody Gakpo. We'll see how long the likes of Diaz and Jota can last. So maybe a Cody Gakpo as well. And another frustrating thing, of course, is the amount of corners we've had. We've had plenty of corners, but we haven't made them count at all. A majority of them from the position of Robertson swing them in. And we've had nothing. Nothing of the sort. So there you have it. That is basically the first half summed up. Liverpool really poor. Offered very little. Created very little. Poor choices in the attacking third. Not ideal in the slightest for the Reds, but Ipswich have had the better of the chances. They've actually forced a couple of decent saves from Alisson Becker. And they're playing very bravely and very much in a positive way. Very well organised. Very solid. We're just waiting for Liverpool to do something. We're waiting for Liverpool to do something. We're waiting for Liverpool to do something. Waiting for Liverpool to do something.
People like to say, and that's true, until it isn't. Remember before Ian could that's not.
Oh, anything going on today? Let's have a look. What's the one scene you just tweeted? Nottingham Forest considering move to sign Alex Moreno from Aston Villa. Forest looking into season-long loan and 31-year-old high among options. Aston Villa aware of admiration, also interest from across Europe, and Spaniard considering options. Not sure what to make of that one, but if you are obviously a Forest fan, an Aston Villa fan, let me know what you guys are thinking and feeling about that one. I'm hoping that what's the word I'm for? Interested to see what Arne Slot's reaction to all this is. They're just showing the two Burns. They're just showing the two Burns potential yellow cards, and the first one's definitely a Stonewall yellow card, and the second one for the handball, he literally scoops it with his arm to flick it away from Jota. I don't understand how that cannot be another yellow card. Don't get me wrong, it's not the be all and end all as to why Liverpool played horribly, and I'm not even going to say like I said it in the first half. Us playing against 10 men would probably be more horrible than us playing against 11 men right now. But at the same time, I'm not. I don't get it. And I thought we weren't playing to the occasion no more. I didn't think we were playing to the occasion. I thought we were playing because it's rightfully so a yellow card. I didn't think we were playing to the occasion of, well, it's the first game of the season. We didn't want to create anything massively wrong. But yet he gets away with it. Okay. It seems there is a change, by the way. It seems that Jarrell Kwanzaa's gone off and Ibrahima Konate's come on. Now, is that a injury concern to Kwanzaa? Is this just to build up the minutes in both of these two men? I'm not 100% sure, but it's an interesting sub nonetheless by Arne Slot. It's not exactly the one I would have gone for, which makes me think that this could potentially be a bit of an injury concern to Kwanzaa. It's not an ideal situation, regardless. I'm not saying Konate is bad or anything, but yeah, I'm hoping that's not an injury concern to Kwanzaa. I'm hoping that's just pure, not necessarily tactical, but maybe more so for fitness and minutes. Diaz down the left wins a corner off of Tuanzebe. Does look a bit concerned, Kwanzaa on the bench, so it might be an injury. As Trent looks to swing this corner in. Cross goes in, punched away by the goalkeeper, not exactly away and convincing. It's felt to Diaz, struck by Salah, it's flicked away. And eventually Ipswich managed to get it cleared, but only as far as Soboslai. And Liverpool try again, but the ball is cut out and Ipswich can play out from the back. Ball goes long. Here's Konate. And Salah, who plays the ball all the way back to Alisson Becker, and Liverpool can start from the back again. We're waiting. We're waiting for something. We're waiting for something. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. Here's Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz lines up a shot, and it's blazed wide by the Colombian. Blazed well wide by Luis Diaz. And that's all she wrote on that one. Should have done better there. Again, another example of his inconsistency in front of goal. Brilliant block by Jacob Greaves. That Salah shot that he blocked was really going into that far corner. And if it weren't for his block, I will give Ipswich some credit. Trying to play out from the back, it's dangerous, and I think they got a bit fortunate that they didn't get caught. But it's very brave from Ipswich. Very brave. Especially for a team like Liverpool that are trying to obviously press from the front like this. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool maintain the ball. Gravenberch over to the left-hand side for Robertson. Robertson back to Van Dijk. And back to Konate. Patient build-up play, but it's a little bit more. It's a little bit better from Liverpool. The tempo certainly is has seemingly been raised a little bit, and then I speak too soon. We give the ball away, and Van Dijk there to clear and tie things up.
Absolutely took off flying by Andy Robertson. You're not getting anywhere near him if Van Dijk wouldn't come over. I don't know his tweet his hamstring or something.
Burns is receiving medical attention, it seems.
Opportunity for Jacob Greaves. There were more for Ipswich. You can jump back and watch using the timeline markers exclusively available on Discovery Plus. Sky BT customers can find out how to activate
Timeline markers for this game. Can't imagine there's too many markers on that timeline, but seems to have pulled up after trying to challenge both Robertson and Van Dijk to a run. Does seem like his afternoon's over. It does seem like Ipswich are preparing a change. Alexander-Arnold, lovely ball to find Diaz. It was just cut out in the nick of time, but it's back with Jota, and then he couldn't make it stick to his feet. It was a very good idea from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Very good bit of play from him. And Diaz with the foul. Ipswich get a free kick. Just over 5 minutes of the second half played out. Misjudged from Trent. Crossing. Cleared away. Headed away. Salah penalised for a foul. Referee once again with that frigging whistle. Davies gets past. Oh. So Davies gets past Trent Alexander-Arnold, slips a ball down the channel for the run of, I can't tell who the run is, but oh God, talk about wanting the semi-automated VAR in as soon as. Slips the ball in. And Van Dijk, it is a bit clumsy from Van Dijk. It just seems a tangling of legs. They're judging for the offside here. They're judging for offside. It does seem like this might be a penalty if this is given us onside. It does seem offside, though. Only just. It's by the thinnest of margins. We've got another month of this. We've got another month of these clowns in the VAR booth drawing their little lines with their little protractors and rulers before we get the semi-automated stuff. I think he's given offside. Yeah, it looks like he's given offside and Liverpool get away with one. But that could have seriously been a very dangerous moment for Liverpool there. Van Dijk, the culprit. Luton wanted a penalty. I said Luton again! Ipswich wanted a penalty! What is wrong with me? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. But, interesting one, that one. Interesting indeed. Nice little ball by Szoboszlai to Trent. And Trent finds Diaz. Clip back in. Trent, Diaz. He goes over. It's a possible penalty on Diaz, maybe? It was brilliant football by Liverpool. The best move of the match by the Reds. And Szoboszlai and Trent started off really, really well. I'm not sure if they're going to be looking at this or not. But Diaz chipped over from close range. Lovely ball played through to Jota. Jota cuts ball back. Lovely cushion ball by Trent back to Diaz. And Diaz just attempts to lift it over the goalkeeper. He gets it all wrong. Again, his finishing pretty poor. But does the goalkeeper take him out? It's not reckless from the goalkeeper. It's an attempt to go for the ball. I don't think he's going to get the penalty that he may be claiming for. Diaz probably should have scored that, in all honesty. But it's a lovely move by Liverpool. Lovely move by the Reds. Best move of the match so far. And really, Luis Diaz should have done better with the opportunity. And that's really not going to help his case in trying to win over some of the Reds fans that he has seemingly lost in the Liverpool fan base. So, Interesting to see if they produce something on that on the official Twitter page of VAR for this one. So. Like I say, lovely build-up, lovely setup by Liverpool. But yeah, probably just Diaz should have done better. Diaz should have definitely done better. Here's Gravenberch, Van Dijk, Robertson. Down the line it goes to McAllister. McAllister loses the ball. He's been very rusty today, McAllister. Not his not his best performance. Let's put it that way. Here's Diaz. Cuts it back for Szoboszlai. Shot's blocked. McAllister strikes. It's blocked again. Is it going to fall again for Liverpool here? It's fallen to Trent. Trent's ball in. It's a good ball and it's headed wide. The head of Diogo Jota. Oh, it's much better from the Reds. It's a lovely crossing by Trent and Jota. You would expect him to score. It's a free header inside the area. You'd expect him to find the back of the net. But he's headed it wide. Jota's headed it wide as we see the efforts from Szoboszlai and then from McAllister, both blocked. The ball which eventually fell out to Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. And his ball in could not find the back of the net from Diogo Jota. Oh, it's Liverpool finally seemingly signs of waking up, though. Seemingly showing signs of waking up, and it's Diogo Jota who, was very close to putting Liverpool 1-0 up. Here's Gravenberch. Salah lays it off to Trent. Trent, lovely ball through for Salah. And Salah's through. He's laid off for Jota. It's 1-0 Liverpool! It's 1-0 Liverpool. It's Diogo Jota with the goal. Incredible stuff. What a brilliant move that was. The ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold to Mohamed Salah was superb. Diogo Jota finishes off the move. But what a move by the Reds. What a move by the Reds that was. Lovely give and go by Salah and Trent. Trent, lovely inside ball to Salah. And Salah with a perfect first-time ball to Jota, set him up. And he may have missed one literally about a minute or so ago. But he ain't missing that one. It's a lovely ball through by Salah. He just sets it up, puts it on a plate perfectly for Diogo Jota. And Jota finds the back of the net. It's 1-0 Liverpool. It's Arne Slot's first goal in a competitive fixture. And what a goal it was. A lovely move by the Reds. Yeah, perfect. And what was really telling in that is just the perfect passing from the likes of, there could be Salah's ball this time, just not finding Jota in that one. But again, it's brilliant from the Reds. It's a brilliant move. It's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant move by the Reds. And Diogo Jota gets his goal. Diogo Jota gets his goal. as we just change up the scoreline there. 1-0, Diogo Jota. Lovely move. We're starting to click now. Second half, I don't know what, we've just been told to play with a bit more intensity, a bit more fire, a bit more aggressiveness. It's all there. It's all looking much better from Liverpool. And again, like I say, he missed one. He missed one earlier in the day. He about a minute or so before he scored, he missed a golden opportunity to put Liverpool ahead. But there's no way is he missing that one. And like I say, it's really telling on the part of Liverpool as a whole, because the move starts off from Trent and Salah. Lovely 1-2 between them. Lovely little give and go. A beautiful pass from Trent to re-find Salah, by the way. That pass was exquisite. Perfectly executed. Perfectly weighted. And it basically gave Salah everything that he needed to obviously set up Jota. And for in return, it was perfectly set up for Jota to finish first time as well. So, yeah, absolutely perfect by the Reds in that situation. Absolutely perfect indeed. I need another goal in this game for it to be for me to be 50 quid up. Oh, we're back. I'm happy for Diogo Jota as well. And I'm really hoping that, like I said earlier, he stays fit, because he could make a real difference for us if he does. He could really make a very big difference for this club if he does this season. Ipswich running through, but they've stopped themselves. Subs for Ipswich. Subs for Ipswich as Luongo goes off. Chaplin's also off. Taylor and Harness are on. Right, 1-0 Liverpool. Let's kill this game off. Let's kill this game off now. Get the 3 points. Kill the game off. Start looking at what we're doing next. Lovely ball over to Salah on this right-hand side. He's one-on-one. He's isolated the defender. He's cut it back. Szoboszlai is through to... It's 2-0! I don't know if you have made anything of that, but it's 2-0. It's Mohamed Salah. He gets his goal on the opening day of the season yet again, proving that last season was a bit of a blip for him. But it's 2-0 Liverpool. I'm not saying it's home and dry just yet. This is Liverpool after all. But, yeah, Liverpool are 2-0 up. It's a long diagonal ball over to Mohamed Salah, and who isolates the defender. He pulls it back for Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai tries to find Salah back. He's perfectly onside. But the ball does take a bit of a deflection on its way through off the defender. And it just sets it up perfectly for the first time finish of Salah. It's a little bit unfortunate of the defender who's just trying to get something on it to stop the return ball to Salah. But instead, he just helps it on a little bit. And Salah just manages to just stick it past the goalkeeper when it matters. Yeah, brilliant play by the Egyptian. Brilliant play by Liverpool overall. And that goal has also indicated that I am 50 quid up this afternoon, because that has seen my bet come in. I put Amari Hutchinson, Luongo and Gravenberch all to commit first half fouls. Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz, Szoboszlai all to have a shot each. And for over 2 and for 2+ goals, which has all come in. I'm 50 quid up. I'm happy with that. I could even be 60 quid up if my smaller free bet comes in, which is I just need a card for Liverpool and for Liverpool to see this game out as a win. And then I will have £10 more to add to the collection. Starting off it really well. Starting off really, really, really well today. Who was nervous before this game? Who was nervous? Certainly not this guy. Certainly wouldn't be this guy that was nervous. No, definitely not. No, in all seriousness, we've still got 25 minutes or so to play. Obviously, just fired over by Hutchinson there. Yeah, obviously, a lot can happen in that time, and we are obviously in a league which thrives itself on unpredictability. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. But it's Liverpool 2, Ipswich Town 0. Jota and Salah with the goals. Very well taken goal by Jota and Salah. A little bit fortuitous maybe, but still very well worked as well on that one. The Reds look like they are taking the 3 points, but of course there is still 20 minutes or so to go. A lovely ball played through for Diaz. He goes around the goalkeeper. He's pulled it back. It's so close to being a third. It's a lovely ball played through for Luis Diaz. Goes round the goalkeeper. Just takes it a bit too wide to really get a shot off. He just couldn't find a Liverpool shirt in the penalty area, did Diaz. Lovely ball. I think it was Gravenberch with the ball. And it was just a little bit too. He just couldn't get a shot off. There was a defender covering, which I think just about put him off as well. He couldn't find a red shirt in the penalty area, but so close to being a third. Liverpool really have come out the blocks firing in this second half. So much better. I mean, as I said at half time, this couldn't have got any worse, with all due respect. But Liverpool really couldn't have got any worse from that performance in that first half. And second half, they've been so much better. Some of their football has been really, 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 really good. Really, really good. The first goal was exquisite. And now it seems that they are really punishing Ipswich and putting them to the sword a little bit. Hey, Nick, how you doing, bro? Lovely to see you. I'm liking this so far. I'm liking the second half, bro. The first half put me to sleep a little bit, in all honesty. I was so bored in that first half. But yes, I agree. I'm liking the second half so far. Very, very good. Some very good play as of right now. What do you make of Ryan Gravenberch's performance? Obviously being a bit more in a deeper role. Lovely ball through again by Szoboszlai. It's a shot from Salah, and it's just into the arms of the goalkeeper. I think Salah probably should have done better there. Lovely ball again through by Szoboszlai. But I think this is what we are going to get from Ipswich this season, is we're going to get them to be brave, but it's going to be about whether or not they're valiant and brave, but can also adapt to the Premier League, because in the Championship, you may be able to get away with doing this, but in the Premier League, and certainly these kinds of teams like Liverpool, you're not going to be able to do this week in, week out without it obviously being an issue for you. So it is very intriguing to me on this, as the flag does go up for offside against Ipswich there, but it's going to be very interesting on Ipswich's part. And on Liverpool's part, where was this performance in the first half? I don't know, but I'm very much liking some of the play that we're doing right now. There's a lot to be looked at and a lot to be intrigued by.
Tuesday night, the start of the Champions League playoff first leg, 7:45 across TNT Sports and Discovery Plus.
Diaz down the left-hand side, rolls it across, and it's well defended. It's well defended by the defender. It could have been 3-0 if he hadn't have recovered. Here's Diaz. Cut out, and Ipswich should get the ball away. Liverpool win the ball back, though. Here's Trent. Maybe looking for a shot, maybe looking for a pass. Here's Soboslai out to the right wing for Salah. He's isolated the defender again. He's trying to go on that left foot. The defender sticks to his task very, very well and denies him. Very much waiting on this now. Very much on this now. It's decent, though. What could have been a very tricky away day has certainly had its nervy moments, I guess you could say. Certainly had its opportunities for Ipswich, but Liverpool have certainly turned it up in this second half. Here we go. 15 minutes or so left of the game. "15 minutes or so remaining for Liverpool to see this game out. Liverpool playing out from the back. Here's Konate to Trent. Soboslai and Trent linking up. Lovely ball for Gravenberch. Gravenberch has got options. Soboslai takes it very well. Lovely little cross. It's headed away. Ipswich beat the press well and can now look to spring an attack. It's long over the top ball, but he just couldn't bring it into stride. Trent recovered very well, plays the ball back to Alisson. It's looking good. It's looking good as far as what Liverpool are concerned. It's looking very, very good. Like I say, I think for Ipswich, this obviously was seen as a bit of a free swing. I don't think a lot of people were maybe expecting them to win. There's always that worry, 12:30 kickoff, newly promoted side away from home, that kind of thing, that maybe they would get something. And that's what I alluded to very, very early on, not just today, but also in the predictions video that I did on this channel. But at the same time, look, Liverpool should have won this anyway, regardless. So fingers crossed that this obviously stays the way it does. Yeah, we're looking pretty good so far. We're looking pretty good. It might calm down some of the outbursts and outrage from the Liverpool fans. It's obviously not good enough, and it does paper over some cracks in certain aspects of this team. Against better opposition, we'd probably still need a number 6. Luis Diaz could be in here. He plays it through. Oh, it's just behind. He just couldn't bring it under his spell. McAllister, I think it was, making the run. Just couldn't quite bring it under his spell to get something on it. But yeah, again, the potential is there. The potential is definitely there from the Reds. A lot of good play that has been played in this second half, especially. Really Jekyll and Hyde kind of performance by Arne Slot's side. But we shall see. Diaz down the left-hand side again. Just looking to stand up the defender. Plays it back for Andy Robertson with the ball in. It's headed on. And it will go out for a goal kick. Yes, it will. Go out for a goal kick from Diogo Jota. Jota's coming off. And Cody Gakpo is on. So Gakpo on, Jota off. Not been amazing today, Jota, by any stretch of the imagination, but does get his goal, which I'm happy about. And like I say, he's going to be massive for Liverpool this season. He is going to be massive. But he can only be a big part of this side if he stays fit. That's the biggest concern. He can only be a big part of this side if the guy is going to stay fit. That's it. There's no two ways about it. He needs to stay fit in order for him to be a big cog in this Arne Slot system. Because there's no doubt about it. Clinical finisher, ice cold in front of goal. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Entering into the final 10 minutes, it's still 2-0 to the Reds. Liverpool go 2-0 up inside the hour mark on Diogo Jota scoring and opening the deadlock. And then, of course, Luton, and again, Ipswich were in. I don't know if it's gone offside or not, but long ball played over the top. He might have just been offside on replay, but long ball over the top. He's through on goal and he forces a very good save from Alisson Becker to deny him. So, yeah, very good goalkeeping there. Yeah, Diogo Jota and Mohamed Salah with the 2 Liverpool goals. It's been a very good second half from the Reds. A very good second half from the Reds. Don't know whether it's a case of for Ipswich that they've dropped off a little bit. Don't know whether it's a case of they've just run out of steam a little bit. But either way, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one. Just an injury break here. It's an injury break whilst Luton Town player receives some. I forgot. Why do I keep saying Luton? Why do I keep saying? I've got Luton on the brain. This is going to be a horrible reoccurrence for me, isn't it? So bad. I really do. I don't know why I keep saying Luton. I don't know why. Salah's ball not perfectly executed, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. Szoboszlai out to the right wing for Connor Bradley, who's come on for Trent. Nice little play between them two. Bradley, Salah, Szoboszlai tries to switch the play over to Van Dijk. Plays it out to Kostas Tsimikas. Diaz loses the ball, loses his footing, and lets the ball run out of play. I'd say overall, I've been disappointed with Diaz. The annoying thing for it's just his end product. Everything about him is nice. Everything about him looks easy on the eye. But it's his end product at the end of the day, and I've said that time and time again for a number of weeks and months now. I don't even know how long I've been pushing this for. I really want him to succeed. I want all Liverpool players that wear that shirt to succeed. I don't care how seemingly good or how seemingly bad you are. I want anyone and everyone that wears that Liverpool shirt to succeed. I want Luis Diaz to become one of the best wingers in the world and really rub it in my face that I, haven't backed him for a number of time now. As Salah is looking to kind of feed in Gakpo, but he's unable to do so. I would really want Salah to rub it in my face. Not Salah, Diaz to rub it in my face that I didn't back him, and yet he becomes one of the best wingers in the world. But he never will because his end product is too inconsistent. I would love it if he became that. I would love it if his end product was to improve. But I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Another foul by Graham Birch. To be fair, I think that might be his first of the second half. I could be wrong.
Young manager, 38 in the Premier League. He worked so hard just to get into this position. It's an opportunity for the players out there to shine, make a real name for themselves. That's a nice goal. Okay, it was Alvarez with this shot.
5 minutes to go of normal time, and then whatever we have to face of injury time. Liverpool are still 2-0 up away from home against Premier League new boys Ipswich, thanks to goals from Diogo Jota and Mohamed Salah. Salah proving that last season's absence of a goal was a blip. Even then, I think he still got a goal last season. I think it was just ruled out, wasn't it, for offside, which was by the most minimal of margin of errors. Not margin of error, just margin of offside. Nick here says that he predicted 3-0. He needs one more. Well, you've got, I'd probably say, about 5 more minutes or so for that prediction to come true. It probably should have been 3-0, to be fair, with a couple of the opportunities that we've made for ourselves in the second half. I just need Liverpool to pick up a yellow card for a £10 bet from a £1 free bet. Don't look like it's going to happen, though. Unless someone gets booked for time wasting or someone does something stupid. On the edge of the area, try and work something, but the ball falls to Connor Bradley, who can now come away. And here we go with a break. It's Soboslai. He plays it over for Kostas Tsimikas and Luis Diaz. Trying to shoot, blocked. Liverpool should have done better with that counter-attack there. That could have been your 3-0, Nick, to be honest. But the counter-attack got messed up. Gravenberch now. Bradley. And Liverpool recycle possession and look to try and work away with some safe possession. Salah into the midfield for McAllister. McAllister over the top. Here is Luis Diaz again. Tsimikas. Back to Diaz. McAllister. Diaz working their way in more and more, just slightly more into the centre and then back out wide. Keeping hold of the ball and keeping possession now for the Reds. Bradley almost allowing an opportunity for Luton to maybe get a goal back, but Alisson was alert.
First game of the season, and he looks quite tactic to me. 9 goals on the opening day of the Premier League season with a Liverpool shirt for Mo Salah, and 212 in 350 games for the club. I'm going to need him to be at his best this season.
8 minutes, not a long time. 8 minutes. Where the hell did they get 8 minutes from? I thought 8 minutes would have been probably better suited for the first half than it was for this half. But whatever. 8 minutes of extra time to be played. Like I said, it's been a much better performance in the second half. I think Luton... Luton are gone. What the hell is wrong with me? I think Ipswich have certainly died down in the second half. Could be one on here. It's put in for Diaz, and it's well defended by Greaves to stop him from scoring a third. Gakpo down the left, cross in, deflected, and Diaz just couldn't get proper contact on it thanks to the interception of Greaves. Like I say, much better second half performance from the Reds. absolutely much better. Couldn't fault it. Couldn't fault it really. They look better assured. They look more composed. And they play with better tenacity and intensity in the ball. They move the ball quicker going forward. Some of their play was outstanding at times. Yeah, maybe I'm not scoring more. Oh dear, that was a shocking shot from McAllister there. Oh dear. Yeah, it wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but much better. Like, we could have scored a few more goals. I think that's probably where the second half performance really could, if you were to be a bit nitpicky, could be improved upon. We could have got a couple more goals maybe in this, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We get the win. I would have easily taken a scrappy 1-0 win in which we score a 94th minute winner. In fact, we get a win of seemingly 2-0, unless obviously Liverpool can find a third goal as they're going down the left wing again. Gakpo into the centre, cut out. Gakpo again, looking for the back post. It's forward to Salah, who strikes. It's shot, it's blocked. Bradley with a strike, it's blocked again. And Luton survive. Put back into the box, headed away. It's Diaz. Plays it through for Bradley. It's saved again. Saved again. Very, very close. Salah first shot, very well saved. Bradley shot blocked near enough on the goal line. And then Bradley running through after being teed up by Luis Diaz. Again, another decent stop by the goalkeeper. But yeah. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting game. It's been a very interesting game with this one, with a real insight, I think, into what Liverpool and Arne Slot's about. It's not obviously the finished article. There are still obviously a couple of players that need to be added to this, and that will obviously be given in time due to minutes and restrictions like that. And Liverpool will now get a card through Cody Gakpo, which is decent for me. I get another tenner on that. I get another tenner to add to the collection. Might be a good day. But yeah, least said about the first half, the better. But we obviously can't fully ignore it. Second half, really good play at times. The intensity was turned up a notch. We quickened the tempo. I can't really fault the second half, other than the fact that we probably should have scored more goals, to be honest. Really can't. There you have it. Normal plays, Salah trying to get it. I think it was handball against the Egyptian winger there. About a minute or so to go. Man of the match for me, probably Mohamed Salah. Goal and an assist today. start of the season as you intend to go on, sir. And even in the first half, I'd say he's probably the only one who was looking threatening at all. Some decent hold-up play, some decent interplay of bringing others into it. And yeah, it just is what it is. It just is what it is in this aspect. Clipped in, headed away again. Smothers through, shot blocked by Konate, and Allison smashes the ball upfield, looking for Luis Diaz, but it's just defended well by the Ipswich Town defence. And Luton, apparently, even though I know it's not Luton, Ipswich. Yeah, welcome to the Premier League, boys. That is simply put, welcome to the Premier League. There you have it, full time. Ipswich Town 0, Liverpool 2. The opening day of these two teams' campaign results in Liverpool picking up 3 points, their first win under the Arne Slot era. A very, very comfortable win in the end by the Reds, but they didn't have it all their own way. Ipswich were very, very good in their first half. Very well organised, very strong. And it looked like it could be a very long afternoon for Liverpool. They weren't completely at the races whatsoever. They were struggling to really get into the game. They were struggling to create anything really of note. And then in the second half, things changed. Liverpool started to move the ball quicker. They started to up the tempo a little bit. They started to really play with a bit more intensity to their play. And what we saw in that second half was a Liverpool side that played better football. What we saw from that Liverpool side in the second half was a team that actually had a bit more of an identity, a bit more of a tenacity to their play, a bit more of a swagger to their play at times. It really came together in that first half, in that second half. Sorry, it really came together in that second half. It was a lot better. I think Ipswich Town did tire a little bit. I think as the game wore on, you could see that they were tiring a little bit. But I also think that you could see that Liverpool were putting more and more pressure on the end. But a Jekyll and Hyde performance nonetheless from the Reds. A platform in which to continue growing. And I, for one, cannot wait for the next game. I still think we need to do more in the transfer window. Not that I don't think we will, because it's obviously us. But I think we do need to do more in the transfer window. I don't think that's going to happen in terms of what we want. So I'm not going to go too ultra positive, but I'm also not going to go too ultra negative and just completely disregard this result for what it is. This result, very good result, could have been a difficult away fixture, could have been a very tricky recipe for disaster with obviously, the makings of this game. Ipswich Town, first game in the Premier League in after 20 years, away from home for the Reds, and a 12:30 kickoff to boot. So it could have been very difficult for that to obviously take place and to obviously happen. But no, I can't fault it. I can't fault whatsoever. Anything really about the second half, other than the fact that we probably didn't score enough goals. If we'd have scored more goals, as Nick says here, Nick says completely and utterly something that I agree with. Should have been 4-0. I absolutely agree, mate. I absolutely agree. We should have scored more goals. That's the one criticism I have of that second half performance. And to add cherry on top of the cake, we get a clean sheet. We get a clean sheet. So, clean sheet, 2 goals, a win, 3 points, and Salah gets a goal and an assist. I can't argue with that. I really can't argue with that. Yes, there needs to be more done for this squad, for this team. There needs to be more done to and to help Arne Slot. There needs to be more to obviously aid him. But I can't deny what I saw today. There was some really good play at times. There was some really good bits of football that were played. And I just think that with a bit more fine-tuning, we can play some really good stuff and we can maybe make the most of whatever this season has in store for us. Do I still think we're going to win anything? No, I don't necessarily think we are going to win anything. But at the very least, we should be challenging. And that's all I can hope for with this team, to be honest. That's all I can hope for. So, yeah, there we have it. Liverpool kick the season off with a 2-0 win. Some decent performances, especially in that second half all round. Mohamed Salah once again reigns supreme. It may be a new season. He may have a new haircut, but it's the same old Mohamed Salah in terms of his goal-scoring output. That's been it for this live stream, guys. That's been it for this watch along. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Thank you for everybody that contributed. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, and everything else in between. As always, they are all greatly appreciated. Stick around, though. More content, of course, coming up this weekend in the opening weekend of the Premier League fixture. I'm not 100% sure what I will be doing. I might be doing a live stream tomorrow for the Chelsea-Man City game. I might be doing a live stream for the Tottenham game. I haven't necessarily decided or worked out a plan yet. But when I do, you'll obviously know from this channel. So, please, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things always incredibly greatly appreciated. Get involved in the chat. Get involved in the comments as well. Let me know what you guys thought and felt about today's game between Liverpool and Ipswich, which resulted in Liverpool picking up their first win in the Arne Slot era. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking and feeling about all of these kinds of things and all of these conversations that are to be had and are being held right now. Otherwise, like I say, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Watch Along, and I will see you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Speak to you all again very, very soon.